Joel does a lot of things that I get excited about, and one of the ones I want to talk about is your latest movie called End Times Eyewitness. And to make this stunning movie, gripping movie, you got to spend a lot of time in the Middle East, in Egypt and other Middle East countries, and Turkey. Tell us about what your goal there was with End Times Eyewitness, because I know that the way it came out is sensational. What were you intending to tell from the beginning?
Yeah, on December 19th, 2010, it was a Tunisian fruit vendor named Mohamed Bouazizi. He was frustrated because the Tunisian authorities were harassing him. They confiscated his fruit, and he doused himself with gasoline and lit a match. So this was the beginning of the spark that would become this inferno that has completely transformed the entire Middle East, known as the Arab Spring. I'm convinced that the transformation of the region, which is the heart of the biblical world, the Middle East is the context of the biblical world, that the changes that have taken place as a result of the Arab Spring are profoundly affecting the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. And so the goal of the film was to actually travel, to take Westerners and Americans outside of the context of the United States, to actually travel to Israel, to the West Bank, to Jordan, to Egypt, to Turkey, to the Balkans, just came back from northern Iraq, to let them see and experience how those living on the front lines are actually seeing and experiencing, and to hear from the church in the Middle East, guys, what do you believe the prophets said about what's taking place? What do you believe, which prophecies do you believe are being fulfilled right now? And so that's what we did. We sat down with leaders, theologians, pastors, missionaries, really all across the Middle East, and we interviewed them. We have amazing interviews as well as amazing footage. And
who else did you interview besides theologians and pastors?
Yeah, and we also sat down, thank you, as well with rabbis. We interviewed Rabbi Yeshayahu Hollander. He's the foreign minister of the reorganized nascent Sanhedrin in Israel. We interviewed Rabbi Yehuda Glick. He was the very prominent Temple Mount activist that was, he was shot 4 times point blank just a few months ago and survived an assassination attempt on his life. We interviewed Muslim leaders. We interviewed the son of the former Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, who's also a Muslim sheikh and a professor, the president of Islamic and Quranic studies at Al-Quds University on the Mount of Olives. So we have a wide range of first-person accounts. You know, it's not just what does Joel Richardson believe, you're getting it from the horse's mouth. This is information that is so essential for Christians to understand. Whether or not you even agree necessarily with all of the conclusions that I come to, it's information that people need to understand. And the reason is because ISIS, is because the Iranian government, they are being guided by their apocalyptic vision as allegedly prophesied by Muhammad in Islamic tradition. And so this is information, I mean, whether you're government, military, I mean, in order to understand what's taking place in the earth today, you have to understand what's guiding these radicals from both the Sunni and the Shia sides. And so it's critical information for our time.
That's a great point. I hadn't even thought about that. I mean, I want people to read these books and embrace all of it. But what you're saying is absolutely true. You don't have to do that. You are going to learn a tremendous amount of what's happening right now. Whether you believe that it's pointing in a certain direction in the future or not doesn't matter. There's a lot to take away from both the Islamic Antichrist and Mideast Beast, and End Times Eyewitness ties right in there. Thanks very much for being with us and for coming to NRB. Joel, I think you know this, but you're a very special person to me. I think you are a vastly unappreciated, great Christian human resource for people, and more people need to know about your work. God bless you.